Well, awesome. Exciting times. Great times in our world. Love that it's spring. Our snow is melted. This is amazing. And we're excited here with Thrive too. So the sale did start for milk today, 60% off. The consultant that called me, he's got a team. He said, "Oh, we're going to all be buying milk." And I was like, "That's so valuable for people." So excellent. So make sure to share that. And I just want to hear some weekly wins. Let's focus on Thrive this week. I'd like to see any weekly wins for you with your business for anyone.
I got another customer order.
Awesome. How, Lisa?
Just on one of the vendor groups on Facebook, we had been communicating, and I was asking her about some of the items that she sells, and I knew she had been watching and commenting on my things, but it was really unexpected. But it was a nice surprise.
That's really awesome. So you're networking kind of with vendors on Facebook.
Yes, yep, on social media. And may have another opportunity for in-person vending. I have to see if they will allow me. It's a local yard sale event to benefit our high school music department. But it may just be a thing where I can introduce and not really sell there.
Yeah.
So I'll have to see.
Well, introducing, then you have your sign up sheet so people can mark what their interests are and then follow up.
Yep.
Those are awesome. Excellent.
Well, I was supposed to work an event Saturday, but I got scammed.
What?
So I paid for a booth that didn't exist
What?
by somebody who didn't have any connection with the event. It was an event that I found on Facebook, and I was looking all through it, like, how do you get a vendor booth? So I just put on there, and like, how do you get a vendor booth? And this lady responded, and she goes, message me about your company, what you do, pictures. And I did. Anyway, I PayPal'd money and then didn't hear anything else from her. And I was following the advice of Michelle, and I gave myself a budget to build my business. So I bought one of those feather banner flags, and bought a banner to put in the back of the tent. Bought a wagon to carry all my stuff. Only to find out Friday that I didn't have a booth.
That is crazy. I've never even thought of that is going on out there.
Well, evidently there were several people on that Facebook group that were scamming people. The group was legit because I reached out to the community that was doing it to find all this out. And I found several places in there where somebody else asked, how do you get a vendor booth? And this same lady replied, and then below it later, somebody said, she's a scammer. And I'm like, that was after I found out she was a scammer. But anyway.
Holy cow. Well, I call those tuition. And all of us can learn from that. There's so much out there with so many things, but I hadn't thought of this.
I would have never thought of,
No.
because, I asked about a rain date. She goes, we do have a rain date, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I was asking all kinds of questions and she had the right answers. So until she got my money and I'm like, I need to see the registration stuff. So make sure I stay within the guidelines and everything, and nothing. So after I had my little pity party for 20 minutes, I just, I'm like, okay, what's my plan B? Because I was hoping to get my 8 new orders in at this event, and get some prospects. I made up little pads for them to fill out, enter to win, all this stuff, So I reached out to vendors that I buy from. I reached out to my Tupperware lady, my Pampered Chef, my Norwex, my Lipsense, all these ladies. And I'm like, 3 of them I had just recently ordered something. So I'm like, hey, got my order, but let me take a minute to, talk to you about what I sell, and gave a little information. So I've got an appointment this week to talk to 2 of the ladies. So
that's awesome. So you just do like a phone call with them? You schedule a call?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So, because one of them lives in Pinehurst, she's pretty far away. And I told her, I said, but if you get enough friends together, I'll drop Pinehurst. But anyway.
Wow.
So I'm working my plan B this week.
Way to go, Vicky. That's really
Because now I feel
impressive,
like
though.
I'm half a month behind the 8 ball. You know, I spent 2 solid weeks getting ready for this event, and
Oh my gosh.
and
Oh my
so
gosh. Well, I feel like you're going to open up something from this. I call it back to the whiteboard. You know, it's like, okay, back to the whiteboard. What's next?
yeah.
Opens up. So, way to go.
So I'm hoping for a good week.
Yes. Okay. Well, that taught us a lot there, all of us, to know what's
Be
happening.
careful. Absolutely.
Thank you. Anybody else want to share a win?
I talked last week about this team member here in Florida, Jessica, who is doing a presentation for, not just Thrive, but freeze-dried, what is freeze-dried food at the library. And that's happening tonight, so I'll be going there with her. And she is already getting quite a few responses of people who are giving their name and phone number in our project broadcast texting thing. So I guess that came from the Facebook group that she's advertising, the community Facebook group. She's advertising, if you'd like to come, I need to know how many are coming, so just give me your name and phone number so I can plan. And I don't know how many, but she's got a good response. So we leave for that in like 3 hours, so that'll be good.
Wow, that's cool. Did you get a sign-up sheet for her to use at that event?
We had her over for dinner a couple nights ago, and we spent a lot of time talking about it. And sign-up sheet was one of the things that I mentioned. She said, "Yeah, that's a good idea." So she's doing that. So
Awesome,
this is
awesome.
the first class she's ever done like this, but she's done several booths before, so she's
Okay.
fairly knowledgeable.
If I can figure out how to post this sign-up sheet on Team Ignite, I will. Just because it has like little spots where they can check if they're interested in a tasting or a delivery, different things. So it helps you with follow-up. I really
Okay.
like it. So I'll try doing that after this call.
Okay.
Excellent. We'll tell Jessica we wish her luck. It's going to be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I did a party at my house last week. It was our health and preparedness class group. We had 10 new households. There were some more people there, but they'd come before. So that was fun. One of the bookings, I was trying to focus on bookings because that's what I was telling you. I'm trying to say, yeah, people still want to book and really prove that people want to do parties, this is an interesting group. They run a whole fitness gym health thing in our city, Logan. But they said, we want you to come do a class for all of ours. We do weight management, and once a month we have a special guest speaker come teach, and we want you to come teach on Thrive Foods and the health and nutrition and how they can get it. They're like, will you come do that? I was like, yeah. They're like, we'll just fill the room for you with people. And I was like, okay. So I'm really excited. It's not till July because they already have a June speaker, but that was kind of new. That you just don't know who's going to be in your group. You don't know what they belong to, and so I'm excited for that one. So that was a big new win. I haven't done one in a health clinic, I guess is what you could call it, and they have exercise and everything there, and they wanted this food. So I was like, that's really cool. So did get that booking, and then what I want to talk about today is my emailing company is called FitFu, and I was like, what a weird name, FitFu. Does anyone know what that stands for, FitFu? I was like, that's just so random. But it's Fortune is in the follow-up. Fortune is in the follow-up. So there's MailChimp and there's all the other ones out there. But this one, it's only $20 a month. I really like it. FitFu, Fortune is in the follow-up. So today we're going to talk about that. Fortune is in the follow-up because, Vicki, just like you, with the booth, with a party, with any of these groups, I think all of you guys here on this call are actually really probably good at this, is following up with people. But there's so many out there that don't. They'll even do a party, have leads, but they feel like, oh, if they're interested, they'll get back with me. No, they don't. They're way too busy. We're all way too busy, right? So for me, I like to think of that with the follow-up as people's lives are so busy. That's the service I provide, is that I follow up with them with their interests until they tell me, no, I'm not interested, or until they purchase. I'm very good at following up. So from my party too, I have 2 people that want to do they want to order, but they want to order a bigger supply. So I'm doing a one-on-one with them. They're my neighbors. So I'll just go meet with them and put together what they want to get. Then I have other people that haven't responded. I've reached out after the party, sent an email, sent a text, still no response. So that's awesome. They get to be on Holly's Loving Stalker page until I hear back from them whether they have interest or not. They checked they did, but they haven't even gotten back to me. So, but people are so busy. So I will make sure this week that I'm there for them for whatever interest they might have and get them taken care of. So tell me, anybody have a good story or something they want to do better in their business with following up with people, or if there's, a concern you have of following up. Let's resolve that today. Anyone? Lisa, are you trying to unmute? There you are.
Yes. I appreciated the last teaching when Bill discussed, I think there was like 6 different follow-up texts through the service he uses. So I do want to implement that better when I get more team members under me, follow up with helping them on the getting started and things like that, because I've followed up with people in a sense, but not to sound pushy with them. I guess I needed that structure or that method, if you will, on how to connect with them in the right way to follow up and not just be a nuisance to them. Because I do have people under me that are interested, but now it's become more of, feel like I'm just reminding them of things that they may already know, and sometimes they don't even respond back, if any of that makes sense.
Absolutely does. I have a running list. It's about this long in the back of my notebook of literal people who said, yes, I want to get food, but we haven't finalized. They've been on there for maybe a year. I'm still working with them, but the timing's not right, or I'm great at following up and closing the deal, but I still have this group that hasn't. So now, but with the special of the milk today, it's a great time I can reach out. Hey, this is a great time to get started. Get your milk in your home. Start a delivery and get your milk in. Something that gives a benefit to them. So that's a great thing that we can reach out to with our people too. I mean, we never had a 60% off, Bill. Highest has ever been 50. Never seen it 60. So yeah, we can reach out to those people for that. And again, it's in our mind, are we being a nuisance or are we being of service? And I truly feel that's a service to let them know about those things. So great. Bill, I saw you on mute.
Yeah, I've talked before on here about how I have a hard time following up with the phone, and to pick up the phone and call somebody, I can't do that. I just can't. I've tried for years. So I think I mentioned that I have now inserted a new text message into my campaign when I sign a new consultant. The third message that goes out the third day afterwards says, I really would like to talk to you on the phone or by Zoom to get you started right. Let me know when would be the best time. I'm now about 50% of my new consultants are calling me or texting me saying, yeah, I want to talk to you. And so it's really working for me in a non-threatening way for me, because I don't have to call. Yeah. But what I'm discovering is that every single one of them, when I get on the Zoom with them, they're really excited to talk to me. And they're excited to learn about the business, to start the business. And that was one of my biggest failures, was I didn't get them on board when they were excited about it. Previously.
Right.
So I feel like it's going to really make a difference in my business in the long run when I can talk to a new consultant. It only takes once or twice to get them feel like they're connected with me. And I think it's going to make a big difference. So I'm excited about that. So
that is so huge, Bill. That's awesome.
So I have my next call on Wednesday. She said, yeah, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday evening would be good. So, well, tonight I'm doing that Thrive presentation, and tomorrow night I'm driving all night back to Virginia. So Wednesday it is. So we'll go with that one.
That is so cool. You're really right when they sign up. is when they have interest. But I was doing the same thing. I'd send them an email and let me know what your, dreams or what you hope for. I hear back from nothing. I'm like, I know I have to call them or figure that out,
Yeah.
but I was dragging my feet. I did very well when I started my business years ago, but the last, couple years, I just sent the email. So it's really important to get them right when they sign up.
So my new message
Excellent.
now says, it specifically says, I want to talk to you on the phone or by Zoom so I can get you started right. When can you do that?
That is so cool.
So it's a challenge,
Very
not
cool.
just, well, I'm here if you need me.
Right, exactly. It's direct. Ah, excellent. That's wonderful. Awesome. Vicky.
Holly, I just got off the phone with customer service at Thrive. It does go through the 31st of July, and I verified retail and delivery are the same, but retail still has to pay shipping.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's the
Excellent.
31st of July.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. Well, we'll get better all have our milk in our home. We have no excuse for anyone not to have their milk in their home after this sale. That's amazing.
That's the truth.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you guys, excellent. So, Fit Fortune is in the follow up. Very key to your businesses. Still figuring out going back to the whiteboard like Vicky and what do I need to do, add, change to my business. This week, every day is an awesome time to schedule out what you can do for your business this week and make it happen what you're wanting to do for your goals. We've got 15 days. Let's all get our builder bonuses in. That's 8 points. 2 for consultants, 1 for deliveries, 3 if they do them both this month. So awesome, you guys. And we also have the rank calls coming up. I think they're this week,
Yeah.
right? So check in your notifications for those and make sure you get on your correct call. So excellent. Anything else from anybody or questions or anything you need?
If we can at some point discuss more on the closing, I forgot to mention that I do have somebody on the hook. She wants to talk to her husband, of course, like we like to do. And I'm supposed to get back to her, and I did suggest doing a Zoom call with her and her husband. But I do have trouble. I get a lot of people interested. I've been struggling to get them to just say yes.
I think that's great, Lisa. Let's talk about that right now. My favorite thing is to just go into what is your interest with Thrive. They're like, well, I really like, that 25-year shelf life. I like that. Awesome. What are some of the key products that you would want to start with? Where are your gaps? You're just kind of consulting with them, like where they're at. And if they're like, well, I don't really have anything, then I say, well, I love to start with our monthly specials. You have the higher discounts on those. And so we can pick any of those and get those to start off your delivery. Are you guys wanting to build, more quickly for your home? Or, just talk with them their goals. Like this one person I'm meeting with this week, they want a year supply and they want it quicker. Well, we probably don't want to do just $100 a month, right? They want to be more aggressive. So my job is just to see what their goals are and then help them find a plan of what that budget would look like for them. And then we say, awesome, let's go, if you're doing a Zoom or online, let's go right into your account, thrivelife.com, or if you've sent them your link, you'd want to send them your link, right? Click on that and let's start putting in those items that you're wanting to start with first. The reason why people hold out is it's something new. They haven't ordered from our website yet. They don't really know what to do. It's overwhelming. So we're just walking them through. Consult with them. What are their needs? What are their gaps? What are they wanting to do? And then the link, open it up. Let's hop on there. It's super easy to shop. Okay, that's how I do it. If people are technically challenged, I just did a big order for a customer a few weeks ago. He's just super busy opening some new businesses, and so we went on the website, but he just told me everything he wanted. He wanted cases of all this stuff, and so I just wrote it down, and then I went and did the order for him. So there's times I do that too, if they're super busy and he just didn't have time to just, even though he was on the website, he could have just click, but it was just too overwhelming for him to do. So, and I'd been literally trying to close him for like a month and a half. And he's like, yes, I want to. Finally, let's get on a call tonight. And he signed up with a huge order and then became a consultant. So that was cool. But I did it for him to simplify. So those are the two things. People are busy, so you can walk it through with them on the phone, or you can do it for them too. That's where I found success with that. Any other ideas?
A question that I get all the time is, I don't know where to start. What do I buy first? And I think they're just overwhelmed because we have so many things, and they're thinking freeze-dried, food storage. They're thinking like for Patriots or something where there's packages of meals that are already pre-made. So when they look at the individual ingredients, they don't know what to do. So I always tell them one of two things: either write down half a dozen things that you use in the kitchen all the time, onions, mushrooms, bell peppers, things like that. Elizabeth uses those constantly. So I say, just write down some of the things that you use all the time, order those, start with those. You can start incorporating them into your meals. You don't have to cook a meal that's 100% Thrive Life. You can just incorporate one or two ingredients into a meal of fresh ingredients. Start that way. The other way then, of course, is the chef pack. I love those because they really introduce people to how to use it because of the menu or the recipes that come along with it as well. So those are the two key things I say: either just start with the things you use all the time, or buy a chef pack. And a lot of people are relieved. It's like, oh, that's easy.
I love that. Yeah. And then you just say, Lisa, hey, do you have time? Let's hop on the website right now so you can click on it and see our experience. It's so easy. You're walking them through it, because we can say that, and then if we leave it in their hands, they head off into their house and they get distracted with the next thing, right? So getting them on the computer so they can walk through and put those items in. Let's get that ordered today for you. Okay, so I like to think we're independent consultants. That word helps empower me, that we're consulting and helping them finalize with something they do want, just haven't gotten to it. Awesome. Excellent. Excellent question. I hope that helped. Any other needs or questions, comments? All right, you guys. Well, here we go. May, here we come. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys are awesome. And we will see you next week. And as always, feel free to reach out to us if you need anything. Thanks for being on, Bill. Thank you so much.
Oh,
See you guys.
The early bird prices for the convention end the end of the month, May 31st.
Oh my gosh. Totally forgot about that.
Yep.
Okay, early bird. We need to be promoting that. You guys with your teams, you don't want to miss it.
Right.
You're going to absolutely love it. So come and join us. So well worth your time and investment. All right, you guys. Thanks for being on.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Bill. Bye-bye.